Hey guys, welcome back to another Crypto Sherpa news video, where I bring you that current crypto news. In today's video, we're just going to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone, because today's a special day. It is officially legal tender in El Salvador. Woo! You can now make purchases at McDonald's, Starbucks, wherever, because it is legal tender now. So, woo, we got that news and more. So, let's just sit back, let's play the intro, and we're good right on into it. Alrighty, so please beforehand, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because it does help with the algorithm. And oops, I pushed the wrong button. Here we go, share the screen with you. As we share a screen, first up, we're going to look at the fiat leak as the movement of Bitcoin takes place. As you can see, Bitcoin's still moving like crazy all around the world because they are buying that dip. But as of El Salvador officially made a legal tender today, Bitcoin dropped at least $7,000 from its high of $53,000 all the way to a low of $43,000. We're now around $46,500. Still a good price to get in. But if you can see this map right now, it is just Bitcoin's flying all over the place. North America, Canada, looks like Brazil or Portugal down there. You got UK, you got Germany, you got Africa, you got South Korea, you got Japan. Bitcoin's just flying all over the place, though. Bitcoin is still moving like crazy, and people are buying that freaking dip. So I hope you guys are too. As for me, I want to buy at least $30 worth later today after I take my dog to the vet, because El Salvador gave $30 to each of their citizens, and now you can spend Bitcoin via the Lightning Network. In this article right here, El Salvador is buying the dip. McDonald's accepting Bitcoin via the Lightning Network. So, woo! 3 months ago, the small Central American nation passed a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender. Today, that law becomes effective, and President Nayib Bukele announced that his country had taken advantage of the flash crash to buy more Bitcoin. It all started on June 5th when Zap Solutions, a Bitcoin payment startup that uses the Lightning Network, founder and CEO Jack Mallers, who helped with the drafting of the bill, made the announcement at Miami's Bitcoin 2021 conference. And that was a little Twitter post of the Welcome to the Future showed over the Bitcoin conference that happened over the summer. But during his talk, an emotional Mallers presented a recorded video message from President Bukele and read out a small passage from the proposed bill. Mahler went on to say that his firm would be opening an innovations center in El Salvador with the help of Blockstream. At approximately 6:05 UTC time on June 9th, the proposed bill got passed by Legislative Assembly with a 62 out of 84 voting in favor of it. The tweet right there was, en la #sesión plenaria con 62 votos, la nueva asamblea aprobó la ley Bitcoin con la que El Salvador adopta el Bitcoin como moneda de circulación legal. Oh, my Spanish is horrible. But yes, they tweeted out and posted that it was accepted. It's going to be law starting September 7th. But then on June 25th, Reuters published a report that said El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, had announced during a national address on Thursday that Bitcoin law will become effective on September 7th, which is today. Yeah. So here are a few highlights from the speech as reported by the La Prensa Gráfica, one of the country's most popular daily newspaper. The English translation of the Article 7 of the Bitcoin law states that every economic agent must accept Bitcoin as payment when offered to him by whoever acquires a good or service. However, the president said assured to the people of El Salvador that nobody has to receive Bitcoins if they don't want them. So yeah, so it's like not their only currency out there. It's giving the people an option now, but it is now being used. And we can see in a couple of videos I'll show you. But pensions and salaries will continue to be paid in the US dollar. Bank accounts balances will remain in US dollars, i.e. not be converted to Bitcoin. The president pointed out that Article 7 of the Bitcoin law, that those who do not have the technology to accept Bitcoin do not have to accept it. The English translation of Article 7 states that those who, by evident and notorious fact, do not have access to the technologies that allow them to carry out transactions in Bitcoin are excluded from the obligations expressed in Article 7 of this law. The state will promote the necessary training and mechanisms so that the population can access Bitcoin transactions. The government is building an electronic wallet called Chivo that will be able to hold both USD and BTC. The mobile app will be available for downloading from the iOS and Android app stores from September 7th. Any El Salvadorian citizen who registers the wallet, which will require entering their unique identity document number and cell phone number, as well as submitting to a face scan, can receive $30 worth of Bitcoin from the government. But it seems that they can choose to opt out and receive this amount in USD instead. The president said that those $30 are to promote the use of Bitcoin and encourage people to download the app. The Chivo wallet will allow withdrawals at ATMs, but it is not known yet what the commission will be. The Development Bank of El Salvador, Banseal, will guarantee automatic convertibility, which means that businesses that get paid in BTC can choose to receive USD. Yesterday, September 6th, the president announced that the country had bought its first 200 Bitcoin, and they plan to buy a lot more. So yeah, in a tweet yesterday, as I saw, they bought 200, and our brokers will buy a lot more as the deadline approaches, which they did. They bought another 150 today. I'm not sure if this article shows a tweet, but it might be the next one. But El Salvador just bought 200 new coins. We now hold 400 Bitcoin. So that was yesterday. Shortly after the above tweet, Bitcoin was trading around $52,697, according to data by TradingView on Bitstamp. Around 1409 UTC on September 7th, BTC was trading around 50,000. Within 1 hour, the Bitcoin price had crashed to 43,000, which is today's intraday's low, falling nearly 15%. So yeah, we had a little dip, but that's because it got real for the rest of the world. Like, people are going to use Bitcoin now, as you'll see in a little bit. But yeah, it's like they got to do whatever they can to get as much as they can. So they're going to scare the market, either putting a huge sell-in order, and also a buying order at a lower price. So they're doing both. They're trying to scare people to sell their Bitcoin, get rid of it, so they can collect as much as they can. You got to remember, people, Bitcoin's finite. There's only 21 million Bitcoin out there, and there's not going to be any more. So, yep, here he is. They did announce today Bitcoin flash crash to buy another 150 BTC. So yeah, the President Bukele said that they bought the dip, and yep, there's a tweet of 150 new coins. So now they are up to 550 coins. So way to go, El Salvador. They are really ahead of the game. But here's another tweet by Aaron Van Reerdam. He just walked into McDonald's in San Salvador to see if he could pay for my breakfast with Bitcoin. To be honest, fully expecting to be told no, but lo and behold, they printed a ticket with a QR. It took me to a webpage with a lightning invoice, and now I'm enjoying my desayuno tradicional. So yeah, he's enjoying a breakfast paid with Bitcoin. This is awesome. I can't wait to see this more happen everywhere, which we will eventually. Like, El Salvador is the first one and started a huge thing that's just going to take the rest of the world to adoption. But yeah, the rest of the article goes on about what's going on with the Bitcoin market. But as we can see, it's still green. There's some serious strength at $200 inbound and whatnot. But yeah, so that's just the first many great signs of Bitcoin. If you want to see someone use their Bitcoin to buy Starbucks, I saw this person tweet their video right here. Let's play it for you.
Sería un pumpkin spice frappuccino grande con leche de almendras, un bacon gouda y un americano grande. Su total sería de 13 con 10. Perfecto.
Look at that.
Listo. Te lo saldremos. Sí, pues ya está aprobado. Perfecto. Gracias.
It's that easy. So, and so it's based on the Lightning Network. It is, what is it?
Sería un pumpkin spice frappuccino grande con leche de almendras.
It is being like pennies on the cent, basically. So you're not losing your Bitcoin with the gas fees. Like Ethereum's like a high gas fee cost right now. But this is great news going on. The adoption is here. It's happening. Governments and banks are scared because they know what's up. In this article right here, Bitcoin's adoption in El Salvador is the start of a new world, Divi CEO. So like I've been saying in this video, It is the start of a new world, and El Salvador is the start of it. As you can see, people want to start paying for goods and services with their Bitcoin if they so choose. Me, I'm still going to hodl my cryptocurrencies. Even when you start spending it, I'm going to hodl it because you can eventually be able to take a loan out on your Bitcoin. You can even do that now if you want to. Some places allow you to do that. And the best thing about that is you don't get taxed on taking out a loan, also paying off that loan, and you still get to keep your Bitcoin. So that's where I see cryptos going. Like being able to spend it right now, this is a huge adoption and use case for it. But when you can take loans out on it, more mainstream, it's going to be a whole nother story. So just keep stacking those sats, and yeah, you'll be in a very good place once that US dollar fails. But Bitcoin's adoption as legal tender in El Salvador is anyone can talk about presently in the crypto space, and rightfully so. Tuesday, September 7th, we'll see this small North American country become the first to use Bitcoin as legal tender. The reactions to the move have been both positive and negative, but the president and government of El Salvador have remained steadfast in their resolve to see the country be the first to use crypto as an official currency. Nigel Green, the founder of one of the world's leading financial institutions, Divi, has publicly shown support for the move. The CEO said that this move ushers in the start of a new world by acknowledging the nation was making history with this adoption. Green also predicts other nations are bound to follow in the steps of El Salvador following its success with implementation. It's almost universally recognized that the future of money is inevitably digital in some form or another, Green added. Ahead of its official adoption, President Bukele revealed in a tweet that the country had just bought its first 200, like we said, around 52,000, and then he bought another 150, I think around the 46 or 43,000. So it's about you eventually start seeing, what's that phrase? You're going to see ICO, initial coin purchase, ICPs, initial coin purchase or initial cost per purchase. So I keep hearing what that one is, but like, it doesn't matter when you buy it. It's like as the price goes on, whichever price you got is like per coin or however much you have, the price will still be a lot better as time continues on and we see Bitcoin grow further in price. But cautiously welcoming the Bitcoin move. Although bullish on the adoption, the CEO maintains a cautious position when it comes to Bukele's Bitcoin law. There's some risk associated with picking a cryptocurrency as legal tender for the country, given the country already uses the US dollar as legal tender. Adding Bitcoin to the mix give the country two legal tenders operating side by side. Green lays out how this could be a problem for the nation. Since El Salvador still uses currency issued by another country, it cannot print currency of its own accord. The dollar in the nation have been earned or borrowed from its native country to make it available in the country, thus leading to a significant risks with Bitcoin adoption. There is possibility that El Salvador could run out of dollars, and the institutions such as the IMF might not look favorably on a nation that has adopted Bitcoin, says Green. Well, here's something he says by Bucci. Like, I definitely think this is a great thing to have because if you've been paying attention to the economy out there, the dollar is dying. America prints up a buttload of money every single time, from the infrastructure bills to the stimulus checks just caused by this pandemic and everything. But also in the works, like you're seeing Russia and China get together, make deals with Afghan, I believe India as well, but like they're moving away from the petrodollar. So the US dollar is going to be done. Eventually, you'll only be able to use it in America and wherever accepts it. And most likely it'll just be America, and then that's what's going to cause inflation to skyrocket. We've seen it happen in Venezuela and other countries, sovereign countries that use the US dollar, and they just base their dollars off of that. So it's like, we're going to see that in America soon. Once everyone stops using it and you only use it in America, it's going to get bad. So by having these guys, El Salvador have two currencies right now, they are just preparing. They're the first to prepare for the worst. It's like a apocalyptic world going on, and like they're going to be the ones who are secure in their bunkhouse, are ready to continue on moving forward in the new world. So yes, kudos to you. But yeah, whoever says it's not favorable, nah, that's not what I'm thinking. But this was one of the reasons that sparked protests in El Salvador against the adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender in the country. But the CEO sees the Bitcoin move positively affecting the country's economy in the long run when it comes to inflation, devaluation, and buying power. Bitcoin operates on a global scale and as such largely impacted by wider global economic changes. Second, central banks around the world have been devaluing their currencies while Bitcoin supply is not only limited, but also new coins are minted at a decreasing rate too. El Salvadorians would therefore find the new adopted currency gives them more purchasing power when they buy from overseas. So yeah, they see what's going on, and they are just giving you the facts right there. It's not just my opinion. These are the facts that's going around the world. It's a worldly adoption, not just one country is doing it. But again, like as these guys said, like they're the start of a whole new mass adoption coming, and we see that here in this article. While Panama and India is to accept Bitcoin, they're going to be following in the footsteps. El Salvador is just the start. The high-ranking officials in both Panama and India are saying that their governments should allow their citizens to pay for goods and services with Bitcoin. Panamanian Congressman Gabriel Silva introduced a bill yesterday to regulate the use of crypto in the country. Both sides of the Panamanian Congress appear willing to consider the bill. As El Salvador becomes the first country to officially make Bitcoin legal tender today, Panama could well be in the queue to be the second. So go ahead, Panama, just do it. Just do it, as Nike would say. The bill introduced by Silva posits that Panama citizens be allowed to transact in cryptocurrencies if they choose. As long as the transactions are not prohibited by law, the document also calls for new banking operability, laws to be established so that the legacy banking system can be used alongside the new cryptocurrency. One, according to Silva, this would be along the lines of bank connecting with cryptocurrency exchanges. Additionally, the bill has the aim of providing digital identities of individuals and other entities by using distributed ledger technology. With this technology in place, Panama would have the potential to be digital technology provider globally. Meanwhile, on other continents, an Indian former senior central bank official has said that cryptocurrency should be treated as a legitimate form of exchange by his government. This sentiment in rather stark contrast to the view held by current officials of the bank, but the officials are Gandhi said that once crypto was accepted, then commodity exchanges regulations would apply, and then cryptocurrencies would be able to transact and held freely by citizens. Despite the existing negative stance on cryptocurrencies by the RBI, Indian people have increased the trading of cryptocurrencies with an increased total traded in May of $6.6 billion compared to the $923 million in April of last year. According to an article in Bloomberg today, Gandhi stated that regulators would have access to the information on exchanges. This would be used to tax individuals accordingly. So yeah, there you go. Like governments always do not like when you don't pay your taxes. And by having an open source ledger technology where you can see everything that's going on, this is perfect. Like as long as you don't have your own centralized bank where they're in control of making however much money they want, Bitcoin is finite and they can keep track of it. And that's basically all what governments want to do. They just want to keep track of the movement of currencies, payments, and labor. And using currency as a way to track labor for governments to see what's working, what's not, and how to keep an eye on the individuals. So eventually the rest of the world is going to adopt it. They're going to work on their centralized bank digital currencies, but in the long run, they're just going to be forced to adopt Bitcoin. And that's just it. So if I were you, I would get started now and learn how to, instead of trusting the bank and your government to do it, learn how to get into cryptocurrencies yourself. If you need help getting started in cryptocurrencies, I am a cryptocurrency consultant at cryptosherpallc.com. You can book a consultation with me down the link below, or you can find me on Bitcoin Consultants Worldwide. It's a partnership of cryptocurrency consultants I've teamed up with to help educate people on how to store and purchase their cryptocurrencies safely to be in full control and not get hacked. Let me play you a quick commercial of what we are and how we work.
Hey, crypto enthusiasts! Do you have questions about crypto? Do you need help getting started? Hire an experienced crypto consultant to assist you. These are questions we have answers to at Bitcoin Consultants. A team of educated crypto enthusiasts can help guide you to financial freedom. Text or visit us online for any questions or to book a consultation, and let's get started today.
So yeah, got links down below for you. Just give them a click or give that phone number a call and book yourself a consultation today. Alrighty, let us move on with our next article, where why Bitcoin has USD to thank for emergence as the next gold. So yeah, is Bitcoin the next gold? We'll see. In my mind, gold and silver, that's God's money. They're going to be here long after People and governments are dead. They're still going to be here. Fiat money, paper money, rupees or jewels, they're going to be gone because they're the government's money. They have full control of it. And cryptocurrency is the people's money, where we as people give it its value and no government will be able to tell us what it is. But the likelihood of cryptocurrency becoming the future of finance brought Bitcoin to the mainstream a few years ago. The dialogue then changed its validity as an asset and if it can stand the test of time given its volatility. Right now, the decision is about whether Bitcoin could potentially become the next best inflationary hedge asset akin to gold. Given the state of the US dollar and the existing economy, it looks like that day may not be far away. Bitcoin is the next gold. According to recent research by Fidelity, one of the world's biggest financial services company, Bitcoin demand has been growing and at no small rate either. Since the demand for Bitcoin has been as high as it was for mobile phones, how so? Well, there's an urgent need for the alternative asset since global debt is exploding to new levels. An asset other than the US dollar is needed to beat the growing inflation. In the past, gold has been that asset. Even after gold standard was dropped, gold being a good inflation hedge kept up with the market. And now it looks like Bitcoin could be joining the brigade too. Bitcoin's market cap combined with gold represents about 59% of the money supply today. Additionally, when Bitcoin's price is compared to gold's path since the gold standard was dropped, it looks like BTC has been moving in quite a similar manner. This in a way shows us where Bitcoin's price could be heading in the future. So yeah, look like that, the graph's turning. But what about investors' behavior? Now, by and large, Bitcoin markets have seen investors' participation increase with the time. However, there have been instances that have impacted negatively as well due to sellers buying in the tops and selling at the dips. Holding time has come down for Bitcoin as young coins are sold off quickly. However, most hodlers remain undeterred since their numbers have been growing despite all the volatility in the price action. That's what I am. You should train yourself to be a hodler as well, because Bitcoin could easily be $1 million coin in the future, 10 million coin, 15 million. It's because of the scarcity of it. Gold is mined up every single year, and there's more and more gold found in the earth. But Bitcoin, there's going to be no more than 21 million, and the new coins minted decreases over time. But plus another reason for BTC's demand increasing is the movement of the dollar index. It is falling at a time when the likes of gold and Bitcoin are rising. Thus, it increasingly becoming apparent what people would want to choose. Ergo, in light of the aforementioned demand and supply dynamic, $1 million by 2026 is well within the realm of possibilities. See, it's not going to happen overnight. You got to give this time. The adoption for people to accumulate and more hodlers come in. They're going to hodl their coin till the end. They're not going to be scared by all these wills out there putting in selling orders and then also buying the dips to try to scare you. Like, we know what's going on with the world, and we just want to keep collecting as much Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum as we can. But popular analyst Mark Moss was one to give his opinion on Bitcoin and gold versus US dollar discussion to according to him. This would mean USD is as worthless as the Zimbabwe note. On the contrary, other big names like Ray Dalio, former co-CEO of Bridgewater Associates, still stands with gold. He put a gun to my head and said, I can only have one, I would choose gold. Needless to say, what you invest in is subject to your own opinion. That is right. Don't just listen to anybody. Don't listen to me up here spewing the news saying you should do this. You should always do your own research. Like, never invest blindly. If you're investing blindly, then you're gambling, and that's it. Who knows what could happen? Who knows? You could do good, you could lose it all, but do your own research and understand the risks and rewards that will come with your investment. So that is that. All right, let's move on to our next one. Next up, how the Bitcoin model can solve the social media dilemma. Decentralized social media platform built on the Bitcoin model puts privacy first in its new messenger that can send crypto. Social media platforms are constantly under fire for their lack of total end-to-end encryption, existing privacy policies, and censorship. But a blockchain-based solution might spell the end of an era of centralized social media dominance. In many ways, social media is a vital component of daily life for both businesses and the average consumer. Today, these platforms connect individuals with their desired type of content based on their own inputs. This streamlined feed being served to users, leading them to businesses waiting at the end, should be the perfect scenario. However, when it comes to distributing the rewards, the results are often incredibly skewed. Algorithms are constantly changing to create new sources of revenue for the platform while disfranchising users. Moreover, building these algorithms involves collecting mass amounts of data from individual users. Often, this can just be as invasive as it is effective. Meanwhile, a complete right to freedom of speech is absent in most centralized platforms. By merely referring to the fine print in its terms of use, platforms can opt to a policy and censor comments from users. The most crucial aspect of all is perhaps the need for encryption on platforms. Although most major social media messaging platforms claim to have an end-to-end encryption in place, they often require users to connect with their phone number. This compromises a user's right to complete privacy. Across platforms, these inherent problems come down to the fact that social media is by and large centralized. However, a blockchain run by equal nodes, just like any decentralized cryptocurrency, could fix this. The Bitcoin model is a decentralized social media platform built on Bitcoin model would put the end users back in charge of ensuring their right of privacy and eliminating their obstacles. Aside from the obvious benefits of economic decentralization, where equal value is shared between node holders and creators, a blockchain-based solution could even enhance usability. Essentially, users can log in with their private keys and immediately pull in all the personalized settings from the blockchain. Users can then post content, vote for its quality, promote it, and subscribe to the creators. The Bastion network, recently rebranded from PocketNet, is one such decentralized social network modeled on Bitcoin. However, although its code base is loosely derived from Bitcoin, Bastion uses a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. Creators of content are typically pseudonymous users identified by their public keys and information they choose to reveal about themselves. Meanwhile, nodes maintain the blockchain and respond to RPC socket calls from the front end. Only if they perform these services will they be rewarded. Encryption and direct crypto transfers. Bastion recently released a decentralized peer-to-peer encrypted messenger, a private messenger that is not connected to a user's phone number. The blockchain provides a ledger that allows for an exchange of encryption keys to establish secure asynchronous channels. In this way, all one-on-one conversations have end-to-end encryption by default, and so to not do any images sent or received through the chat as an added layer of privacy. Message history is only stored for 7 days. Users will be also able to directly transfer their platform native crypto token, Pocketcoin, to the platform. In order to obtain Pcoin, users can trade up to 19 crypto tokens, including BTC, Ethereum, and Doge. Please don't buy Doge, people. Take BTC or Ethereum. Just please do. But Bastion's interface isn't limited to one particular geographic either. The platform is available on the plethora of different languages such as English, German, Mandarin, Korean, French, and Russian. According to the Bastion, virtually all of the power and wealth in the current internet landscape is concentrated in the hands of a few decentralized social networks. Aims to solve this by bringing the foundations of Bitcoin to the world of internet platforms. Usually keep jumping into centralized apps, and then these platforms betray them once they become a big. Bitcoin provides a blueprint for all decentralized apps, and Bastion is really the Bitcoin of social networks, said the project founder Daniel Shaskov. Bastion Messenger is available at bastion.com as an Android app and a desktop app. So, man, I'm only an iPhone user. I might give that a try for the desktop. But yeah, this should be decentralized. No more big media, big tech stealing your data, selling it to whoever they want to, just to get you to buy a product. But Bitcoin's model will solve the social media dilemma. So good luck, Twitter Jack Dorsey. Even though he did add something to his platform, Twitter would allow users to receive Bitcoin and Ethereum via its tip jar feature. Okay, so that's what Jack Dorsey did. But again, this guy is the king of censorship when it comes to his platform. He steals your data, he sends it, and he can block you for whatever reason he feels fit. But soon, Twitter may allow its subscribers to include Ethereum and Bitcoin cryptos in their portfolios for receiving crypto tips. Alessandra Paluzzi, in a tweet, backed the claim, confirming that Twitter is working hard to achieve this aim. It will enable users to add the 2 crypto addresses to their profile to get the tips through TipJar, feature Alessandra, the app developer, added. Basically, anybody can have a tip jar on their account if you just put in any public address. I have a tip jar technically on the bottom of my comments. If you feel like tipping for my videos, I have a links addressed to Theta, Divi, Bitcoin, or Litecoin. Like, if you feel like tipping because I'm doing a good job providing you the information you want, go ahead and leave me a tip. I do appreciate it. If not, tell your friends, let them subscribe. I appreciate that even more. Just gets the content out to more and more viewers out there. But believing Paluzzi means that Twitter is to update its tip jar feature as it announced this past May. He stated on September 2nd that users needless to link a Strike account to include the cryptos to their profiles. Paluzzi displayed a screenshot showing how Twitter notifies users when to get tips in crypto through the microblogging site. Twitter will reward users with Bitcoin. Twitter's tip jar feature will let journalists, creators, and nonprofit organizations earn from their tweets using tips. In addition, the microblogging sites gives users the opportunity of sharing links in their Venmo accounts, Patreon, Bandcamp, Cash App, and PayPal. This will serve as their compensation for the tips they receive from their account following during the first phase of the feature. However, the company seems to now move gradually toward adopting digital currencies as a new option for payment. According to reports, Twitter may adopt Strike services in generational Bitcoin invoices via the Lightning Network. However, Paluzzi, the app developer, objected to the idea. He explained that it's not necessary to link a Strike account to add Ethereum and Bitcoin addresses to user profiles. But reports on the tip jar feature, Seeking Alpha reports that Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, has shown interest in cryptocurrencies for a while now. He has been observed discussing it too. To the CEO, Bitcoin will serve as a unifying factor for a country that is deeply divided. In Twitter's earnings call held in July, Dorsey referred to it as a big part of the future of Twitter. In addition, he stated that he thinks there are lots of innovations and others that mere currency earnings. He emphasized this, referencing the recent plan of the decentralizing social media to provide additional economic incentives. Dorsey also emphasized Bitcoin is becoming a vital part of social media handle. McRumors reports suggest that they should approve Bitcoin tipping for iOS beta code, as the testers cannot access the feature as soon as a user sets up a feature in his profile. His fellow followers can send tips to support him. The giant social media handle has announced that it will make the tip jar feature available in various Indian languages that will include Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Kannada, and Bengali. So, cool. Let's see what you do there, Jack Dorsey. But again, I won't trust anything this guy offers. That's just me. You people can do what you want, but that's just my personal opinion on here. Where I don't trust Jack Dorsey. I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg. That's right. That's what I called it. And yeah, those are the two big guys I really don't trust. And there's a couple other big techs out there, but those are two I just. But yeah, so kudos for the tip jar feature. But anybody can have a tip jar. And as we finish off or take a look at the current pricing, Bitcoin as of right now is $46,387. Ethereum dropped down to $3,351. Cardano is back at the $2 range before smart contracts are implemented, so that's going to be pumping soon. XRP dropped to $1.09. Don't care. I really don't like Dodge people. Litecoin dropped to 176. I'm definitely going to buy a little of that too after this. Filecoin's at $82. Stellar, just another form of XRP, 32 cents. Theta dropped down to 682, so that was a whopping like $3 it dropped. That's a good way to buy more if you want to earn digital passive income. Stake some Theta, people. Cosmos is at 21, Pancake's at 20, Aave's at 34, and so on. And as we finish up too, we're taking a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. As of right now, we're at extreme fear of 79. This will update in 2 hours. We'll go over this another day, but for right now, we are at an extreme greed, which we did see a big correction happen. So I'm going to assume this is going to drop down maybe to the greed section of like the 70 range. That's what I'm thinking in the next 2 hours. We'll see. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what it did turn to, if I was correct, if it hits 70. But if you don't know how to read the crypto fear and greed index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. But also when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. So just hodl, maybe take some profit, and just do you. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you got something from it, give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe. If you need help getting started in the crypto world, click the links down below at Bitcoin Consultants Worldwide, or just go straight to my website and book a consultation with me. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will surely see you in the next video. Stay safe.